What's good, takers? Welcome back to the first take. We've got something real interesting. Trailer that's just been posted. Elvis and Nixon. Michael Shannon and Kevin Spacey. I heard about this being made, but I completely blanked on it. It's one of those things, you hear about it, read it somewhere that it's in production, then you just completely forget about it. You get distracted by other shit. But this is it's a weird combination of characters to kind of put together. We had a few years back, we had the Frost and Nixon movie, and that was actually really good. Really kind of telling that moment where near the end of Nixon's period as being the president. I don't know whether he was already out of office at that point or whether he was just finishing. I can't remember, I forget. But yeah, that point where him and Nixon was having the interview between the two of them, and they actually made that, which probably could be a pretty boring movie, actually pretty interesting in my opinion. But I'm not really sure what the circumstances between these two coming together are, Elvis and Nixon. So see how the fuck you make a movie out of this. Secret love affair.
Of all the famous images preserved in our national archives, the most requested photo of all time is this one.
Really?
Remember when you talked about finding an ally for Nixon? Someone from the outside.
I mean, give this letter to the president.
You never guessed in a million years who just showed up at the Northwest Gate asking to see him.
It's Elvis. Elvis Presley. You swear this isn't a joke, because this penmanship's horrible. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So you think we should meet with him?
Yes, Mr. President.
During my nap hour.
Everybody loves Elvis.
Tommy?
He could really help us with the youth fund. We'd also like a badge.
A what?
I would like to go undercover as a federal agent.
What about that?
31 major motion pictures. That makes me an expert in costume and disguise. I could infiltrate the communists, and then I'd bust them all. Let's do this thing. An undercover rock and roller. Sounds ludicrous. I can supply my own firearms.
All right, what do we have on this guy?
Well, he's one of the most famous men on the planet. Loves guns, hates the Beatles.
The Beatles? Well, I don't like that.
Okay, sir, do you have any firearms or weapons of any kind on your person? It's a good thing they didn't catch this little fella in my boot. Mr. Presley, we're going to have to go over the protocols. Mr. President, Mr. Elvis Presley. On the coffee table is a dish with M&Ms. Those are only for the president. M&Ms are my favorite.
Mine too.
There's also an unopened bottle of Dr. Pepper. You have a bottle opener? Please do not open it. Please do not drink from it because it's only for the president.
What the good God is going on?
I don't know, sir.
Make sure that we get a picture of Mr. Presley and me.
It's you and me.
He rose from nothing, but look where I am today. Look where you are.
That's how I learned to develop these knuckles of steel. Now slap it. Come on, partner. Partner, lay down. Those are the steel claws of a tiger, Mr. President.
It always stuns me, the delusion that fame can inflict on a person. And if even half of this is true, man, I heard about the whole thing about him wanting a badge, some sort of official, like a sheriff's type shit. I heard about that. I remember hearing a story about that. So if half of the other shit was true, I also heard about him thinking that he was some big karate expert, but then when you'd see him do shit, he couldn't do shit. Like, he was hopeless. Yeah, that shit is always fascinating me. The delusion of fame. And I think the modern day equivalent of that is Kanye West. Whew, fame just makes you think you're way more than, yeah. This looks kind of fun. This looks like it could be a pretty hilarious movie. I wouldn't have expected to have Michael Shannon playing Elvis. You don't instantly kind of connect the two, but you just kind of go with it. That's a sign of a good actor right there. They make you forget, even if they don't look like the guy, even if they don't sound like the guy, you still can just accept it. You can still just fall into it. They evoke that vibe of the character. That was like a good time. It's a lot more lighthearted than the Frost Nixon movie. A lot more humorous. This ain't a bad thing, Kind of all these biopics that have been coming out have always been so intense because they're all kind of baiting the award season. They're desperate to get their awards because that seems to be the way you go if you want to be an actor. If you're an actor who wants an award, you portray a real life person in their most desperate moment, and then you end up getting an award for it. But they just seem to be having fun, and the fact that it looks like it's coming out around spring, summertime shows that, you know, this is about making a fun movie rather than trying to go for an award bait movie. That's pretty good to me. I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna check that out. I like that. I like that. What do you guys think? Let me know. Right, comments down below. You like the video? Please subscribe. You know the shit. Thumbs up. All of that. I made a reason. It's been my first take to Elvis and Nixon. Thank you very much.